أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين. To all of you, tasliyat on the wafat of condolences and tasliyat on the wafat of Bibi Khadija Salamullahi alayha. Let's dedicate the sawab of this class to the purified soul of Bibi Khadija Salamullahi alayha. And please recite one Surah Fatiha for Hazrat Khadija Salamullah alayha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Before starting chapter number 10, I would like to discuss about a minute or two on Hazrat Khadija Salamullahi alayha's life. And there is one hadith actually I would like to discuss. And this hadith is from Bibi Aisha. Bibi Aisha says, let me read out in Arabic. وأن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت, it's from Ahl Sunnah books, قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله إذا ذكر خديجة لم يسأم من ثناء عليها. That whenever Rasul Khuda sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to remember Khadija salamullah alayha, lam yas'am. Yas'am means to get tired. He never got tired from praising Hazrat Khadija salamullah alayha. Wastighfarin laha, and he never got tired by doing istighfar for Hazrat Bibi Khadija salamullah alayha. فَذَكَرَهَا ذَاتَ يَوْمَ. Bibi Aisha says that one day he remembered Hazrat Khadija salamullah alayha. فَحَمَلَتْنِي الْغَيْرَةُ. I got jealous. فَقُلْتُ, then I said, لَقَدْ عَوَّدَكَ اللَّهُ مِنْ كَبِيرَةِ السِّنِّ. That indeed Allah has replaced from an old woman, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you a young wife, and he has replaced, and a young wife is given to you, and Allah has taken away the old wife from you, and I'm young. قالت فرأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. I saw Rasul Khuda sallallahu alayhi wa sallam غضب غضبا شديدا. He got angry. غضبا شديدا. He was angry severely. قال كيف قلتِ. Rasul Khuda said, how you have said this, Aisha. Wallahi, now the translation is there. Wallahi, I swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَقَدْ آمَنَتْ بِي إِذْ كَفَرَ النَّاسِ. She had faith and believed in me when people rejected me. When people disbelieved, he accepted and he believed in me. And she believed while people rejected. وَآوَتْنِي إِذْ رَفَضَنِ النَّاسُ. She gave me shelter when people left me. وَصَدَّقَتْنِي إِذْ كَذَّبَنِي النَّاسُ. She endorsed me when people rejected me. وَرُزِقَتْ, not only this, what Allah did, وَرُزِقَتْ مِنِّي الْوَلَدَ حَيْثَ حُرِمْتُمُوهُ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me with children through her and not through any other wife. Now, Bibi Aisha says that قالت فغدا وراح علي بها شهرا. Aisha said Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam uses extra here. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam repeatedly say this, in the mornings and the evenings for the whole month. And for whole month, he was saying this, لَقَدْ آمَنَتْ بِي إِذْ كَفَرَ النَّاسِ. He believed in me. So she believed in me while people rejected me. وَآوَتْنِي إِذْ رَفَضِيَ النَّاسِ. And she gave me shelter when people left me alone. وَصَدَّقَتْنِي. And she endorsed me is كَذَّبَنِيَ النَّاسِ, when people rejected me. وَرُضِقَتْ مِنِّي الْوَلَدَ حَيْثُ حُرِمْتُمُ. So Bibi Aisha says that he repeated these words for whole month. So we should be firm in our faith. If we have a faith in something, we should be very firm, like Hazrat Khadija Salamullah alayha. Okay. Today's chapter is about attributes of the Holy Quran. It's part number 1. Inshallah, we'll be having 2 parts on attributes of the Holy Quran. Hope. Again, we are going to start with the vocabulary part. So, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, we have finished Fi'l Madi. So, one thing I just want to mention here now, what we are doing here now. So, if you see the verb in front of you, kataba, there are 3 base letters which are called huruf asli, kaf, ta, ba. What we do in Arabic to find a formula, kataba, the formula of kataba is fa'ala. We call in Arabic wazn. You can call it in English formula. So how to make a formula out of a verb? It's very simple. The first, you can see the huruf asli, the base letters are 3. The first base letter is kaf. You can bring, for making a formula, for designing a formula, just bring fa against the first base letter. Against the second base letter, ta, you bring ain. And against the third base letter, which is ba, you just bring lam. And all the harakat will be same. Fa'ala. In Arabic, we call the first base letter is called fa'ul fail. The second one is called ainul fail, ain of the verb. And lamul fail is called lam of the verb. Yani, fa is the first, ain is the second, and lam is the third one. If I say, what is the wazn of kataba? You should say fa'ala. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the wazn of shahida?
Can I try, please? Salam
Yeah.
alaikum. Fa'ila.
Fa'ila. And what is karoma?
Fa'ula.
Fa'ula. Ahsanti. What you have to do, you just have to place fa'ul fail, ainul fail, and lamul fail. That's what you have to do. That's it. Now, let's make formula of all the 14 sighas. Katabat, kataba. Kataba is fa'ala. You can see against kaf is the first base letter. We brought fa, against ta, ain, against ba, lam. And whatever is the extra huruf, we'll just bring the same huruf in the formula. We'll not bring fa, ain, lam. We'll just bring those letters in formula. Katabu, it will be fa'alu. Katabat, fa'alat. Katabata, fa'alata. Katabna, fa'alna. Katabta, fa'alta. Katabtuma, fa'altuma. Katabtum, fa'altum. Katabti, fa'alti. Katabtuma, fa'altuma. Katabtunna, fa'altunna. Katabtu, fa'altu. Katabna, fa'alna. Now, What are the benefits of making these formulas or wazn? Inshallah, we'll discuss it when we'll move forward. So we'll discuss later on. If you have noticed that there are three awzan formulas of past tense. The first sigha, nasara, he helped, the formula is fa'ala. Second one was alima, wazn is, formula is fa'ila. And the third one is sharufa, is fa'ula. So if you have noticed that so far, whatever the verbs we have done, and the base letters are only three. Okay, from where you'll check the base letters? The first sigha of mazi, nasara, you will see only three letters are there. Here only three letters are there, and in sharufa there are three base letters. So you will say this verb possesses three base letters, which are noon, swad, ra. And if you have noticed that the fa'ul fail and the lamul fail, and the lamul fail, the harakat is the same. It's fatha. The harakat of ainul fail, the middle one, is changing. Sometimes it has fatha, sometimes it has kasra, sometimes it has dhamma. He helped, he knew, he became honorable. So from where you will come to know that particular verb possesses the ainul fail, has fatha, kasra, or zamma, you have to go and check the dictionary. So how Arabs have used, whether Arabs have used nasara or nasera, whether Arabs have used alema or alama, how they have used, what is the harakat of ainul fail, you have to check the dictionary. So in Madhi, we have done these three bab, these three chapters, these three awzan, these three formulas. Formulas are fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula. Khub. Now, alhamdulillah, up till now, we have finished, alhamdulillah, past tense. Now we are going to start failure mudhari, present tense. I need your attention. I need your attention. In Farsi, we say, if you have 2 years, bring 2 years more. Udhar par lekar aiye. So please pay attention. How to form present tense, present and future tense verb. Why we are calling it present and future tense verb? Because fi'lul mudhari, al-fi'lul mudhari, in Arabic, in fi'lul mudhari, the tense is for present and future. It is used for both. Fi'l mazi, if you see from right to left, I'll go. Kataba, he wrote. Now, in English, we have present tense, past tense, or future tense. And our tenses are divided based on the zaman. Is it past, is it present, or is it future? But in Arabic, tenses are not divided on the basis of zaman. They are divided on the basis of, when I am saying this thing, when I'm saying this jumla sentence or this verb, whether the action is completed or not completed. If the action is completed, it will be fi'l madhi. If it is not completed, it will be called fi'l mudhari. So fi'lun madhin conveys a completed action. When I say kataba, any action is completed. He wrote. The thing is finished. But if I use fi'l mudhari, it means that the thing is not finished. The verb is not finished. Maybe he is writing, or maybe he writes, or maybe he will write. So the zamana can be present or future. The zaman can be present or future. So it is based on the completion of an action in Arabic. So it is also referred to as perfect tense. This mazi is called perfect tense and mudhari is called imperfect tense. Perfect tense means the action is completed. Imperfect tense means action is not completed. How to make فعل مضارع out of فعل ماضي. So if you see كتب, if you want to make فعل مضارع out of فعل ماضي, the prefix will come. There are 4 prefixes will be used in 14 sighas. These prefixes are called ya, ta, hamza, noon. One of it, we call it hurufe ataina. If you bring hamza at the beginning, then ta, ya, noon, hurufe ataina. So this prefix will come before fele muzare. So this is one of the hints that if you want to pick up that whether it is fele madhi or muzare, if you see at the beginning the prefix ya, ta, hamza or noon, you will come to know this is fele muzare, this is not fele madhi. If you see kataba, kataba doesn't have prefix, but yaktubu has a prefix ya, or it will be ta, hamza or noon. Inshallah, we'll cover. So a letter, so the first step to make fi'l muzari out of madhi is to bring a prefix before the fi'l muzari. A letter called harful mudari, particular of muzari. This is called harf. Harf is called particle. Particle of muzari is prefix to the verb. It will come before the verb. It can be one of the 4 letters: ya, ta, hamza, or noon. If you see the translation, that translation can be he is writing, he writes, is a present tense. He is writing, he writes. He will write is a future. So that's why fi'l mudari is called present and future tense verb. So what fi'l mudari conveys, fi'l mazi conveys that the action is completed, but fi'l mudari conveys an incomplete action. Is an incomplete action. The action can be ongoing in the present. Ongoing means he is writing, he writes. Or it can be a future action. For example, he will write. So it is also referred to as imperfect tense. Mazi is called perfect tense and mudari is called imperfect tense. If anyone has any question, please, you can ask now so I can move on to the next slide. Please. Do you have any question? No? Hope. This was the beginning of fi'l mudari, that a prefix, huruf al-mudari, as a prefix will come ya, ta, ale, hamza, noon, huruf ataina. Next slide. So if you see katala, it will become yaqtulu, jalasa, yajlisu, dhahaba, yadhhabu, shariba, yashrabu, kathura, yaksuru. If you pay attention, I do not want to go and check out the harakat. Leave the harakat of fi'l mudari. Just see before fi'l mudari, you see huruf ataina, the prefix ya, 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 ya. These are the first sighas of fi'l mudari. Katala, yaqtulu, jalasa, yajlisu, dhahaba, yadhabu, shariba, yashrabu, kathura, yaksuru. He killed, yaqtulu can be he is killing, he kills, he will kill. Jalasa, yajlisu, jalasa, he sat, yajlisu, he is sitting, he sits, he will sit. Okay, if you pay attention closely here, what we have done. Can anyone tell me can anyone tell me the formula of qatala, jalasa, zahaba, shariba, kasura? Please, come forward. Sister Sakina Muhammad Ratansi, please.
So qatala will be fa'ala. Jalasa will be fa'ala again. And then dhahaba will be fa'ala. And then shariba will be fa'ila. And then kathura will be fa'ula.
Fa'ula, okay. Please, Sister Sakina, can you please tell me that among all these fa'ul fail, ainul fail, and lamul fail in Madi, which harakat is changing?
It's the middle one that's changing.
Ainul fail.
Yeah, ainul fail.
Ainul fail is changing because in qatala, the ainul fail is fatha, in jalasa, fatha. In dhahaba, ha is ainul fi'l is fatha. But in shariba, ainul fi'l is kasra. In kathura,
Yes.
fi'l is dhamma. And
Yes.
if you pay attention here again in fi'l mudari, if you pay attention, qatala yaqtulu. In fi'l mudari, one thing you have to notice that the fa'ul fi'l, when it comes to fi'l mudari, it becomes sakin. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yaqtulu, yajlisu, yadhhabu, yashrabu, yaksuru. So it is easy to remember that the fa'ul fi'l in fi'l mudari will always be sakin.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention on the lamul fi'l, qatala, it was lamul fi'l, the last one. It is always with zamma. Yaqtulu, yajlisu, yazhabu, yashrabu, yaksuru.
Yeah.
But if you see the harakat of ainul fi'l is changing. In qatala yaqtulu, ainul fi'l is with zamma. In yajlisu, ainul fi'l is lam.
Yeah.
Kasra. In yazhabu is with fatha. In yashrabu, it's with fatha. In yakthuru, it is with dhamma.
Dhamma.
Yeah, what I want to tell all of you, that in mazi and muzari, in mazi, if you see fa'ul fi'l and lamul fi'l always possess fatha. The harakat of ainul fi'l is changing. In muzari again, harakat of fa'ul fi'l and lamul fi'l remains the same. Fa'ul fi'l is always with sakin and lamul fi'l is always with zamma. Harakat of ainul fi'l is changing. So in mazi and muzari, you have to remember the harakat of ainul fi'l. This is what you have to remember. This is important. If you remember the harakat of ainul fi'l, okay, then you can produce all the 14 sighas out of it for mazi and mudari. If you remember the first sigha, so it's very easy. Just you have to add pronouns after it. Any question till now? Please. We are running out of time, huh? No? Yeah. Sister Jamie, yeah?
Yeah, actually, I just joined 2-3 minutes ago. Actually, what is this past tense verb and what did you start with? Can you just let me know?
I cannot
Please.
repeat because we are running out of time.
Okay, okay.
We have
No
to
problem.
go through the video,
Books?
inshallah.
Okay.
The video will be uploaded later on. Okay.
All right,
Because
thank you.
last exactly at in Iran, at Iran's time, 11, and Dar Islam's time, 9:30, it starts on time. Okay, next slide, I'm leaving. You just go through this slide. Inshallah, we'll have a discussion on this particular slide tomorrow. Okay, let's start with the vocabulary attributes of the Holy Quran. Ridwan. Ridwan means extreme pleasure. Ridwan, extreme pleasure. Muttaqeen or muttaqoon, God vary. Hope. Can anyone tell me that what is the singular of muttaqeen or muttaqoon? Please. Muttaqeen or muttaqoon? Yeah, please. Okay. Muttaqeen, please come forward and speak out. We are running out of time.
Muttaqi.
Muttaqi is the root. Okay, what is the root word? The root word muttaqeen is taqwa. Okay. Can anyone describe that? What is the meaning of taqwa? If a person is muttaqi, what does it mean? That this person is muttaqi. What is taqwa?
Taqwa is God fear. Being God fearing.
Be God wary. Okay. A person who's fearing from God, but it is not the right meaning, the linguistic meaning. What is the linguistic meaning of taqwa? Sister Khairun Rashid, please.
Yeah, that we should avoid. We should avoid sinning. Okay. And be closer to God.
Anyone else? Please.
Being pious. Being pious.
Can I try?
Okay.
Being God conscious.
Okay, if I tell you that particular person, Sister Saida, you have some problem in your mic. It's making a lot of noise. Okay, if I tell you that that particular person is muttaqi, what does it come to your mind?
God conscious.
Is God conscious? What does it mean?
Pious person.
Pious person. Okay. These are all the things actually. The linguistic meaning is not this. Sister Ifat, please. The last one.
Assalamu alaikum.
Now.
It's awareness of God.
Okay. The linguistic meaning you can write in your book. The linguistic meaning of taqwa is from viqaya, vaqaya, vav, qaf, ya. Viqaya means to preserve and protect from harm and evil. A person who protects himself from harm and evil is called viqaya. So the meaning of and to safeguard oneself from harm is called viqaya. Muttaqi is a person who safeguards or protects himself from doing sin, that he doesn't perform sin. He's not sinning. He is abstaining himself from doing something. But unfortunately, what is mashhur and famous is that muttaqi is a person who does a lot of things. He is offering namaz and he is fasting. He's always there in the mosque. The tasbih is there in his hand. We say he's muttaqi. Or rather, so when the terminology muttaqi comes, a picture comes in our mind that he is doing something. Rather, the ma'na of muttaqi is not doing something, that he is abstaining from doing sin. This is taqwa. He is keeping himself away from doing guna. This is taqwa. So the meaning of taqwa is to be away from performing sin. That's why in the month of Ramadan, according to Imam Ali والسلام, that and in different ahadith as well, he considered the most pious person is the one who refrains from doing sin. And this is very important. Let me give example and move forward. Whatever we do in our lives, so we have performed a lot of ibadat, but we do not reach up to a station of ma'rifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is our problem? Our problem is very simple. Our problem, for example, if I give you a basket which is full of dirt, and I give you milk which is pure white, and if I pour that milk in that bucket, what is going to happen? The milk will be spoiled because of the dirt and it's dusty. In the same way, if our hearts are full of sins, so whatever you do and whatever we do in this month of Ramadan, it's not going to help us. First, we have to clean our heart. One of the Maulanas, he was passing by, someone asked that, okay, the dog has fallen in this well, what should we do? The Maulana said, okay, remove that much buckets of water from the well so the well become park. Okay, this is a previous fatwa actually. So people went and took out particular, for example, 10 buckets of water. Then they came to Maulana and said, Maulana, it's still smelling. It has not become park. Maulana asked, have you removed the dog or not? They said, no, the dog is still there. So the Maulana replied, if the dog is still there and if you're removing the buckets of water, it's not going to help. First, remove the dog. Then start cleaning the well. In the same way, the dog of our heart is the sin. We should remove sin from our heart. Then we can move forward. If we'll perform guna and guna and guna, will not reach anywhere. As Allah says in the Holy Quran, O mankind, we have not given two hearts to you. You cannot keep in one heart Shaitan and Rahman. Either you keep me or either you keep shaitan. So neki, good deeds and sins cannot go hand in hand. You choose one path. Okay, let me move forward. Mathal is similitude or example. Maw'idha is admonition. Maw'idha, wa nasihat, we call it in Urdu. Admonition. Va'z, it's from va'z. Waw, ain, dha. Khub. Can anyone tell me maw'idha, what will be the wazn of maw'idha? Formula. If you put for waw, fa, for ain, for dha, lam. Please. Maw'idha. Brother Mustafa.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Ah.
It will be Faila.
Nah. Bring ma. Ma will come.
Oh, Ma, Waw, and Ain.
For waw, bring foul fail. For ain, ainul fail. For dha, lamul fail. Just replace these words with foul fail, ainul fail, lamul fail. It's easy. It will be maf'ila. It will be maf'ila. The formula will be maf'ila. Oh, yada, yadai. It is yadai. Yada, it is actually yadan. Two hands. But if you see the footnote, yada means his two hands. However, when it comes with baina yadai, it literally means bain in between his two hands. However, the metaphorical means majazan, meaning is that which is before him or before it. So baina yadai, you will do the translation before him, before it, or in front of him or in front of it. You can do the translation, but you won't do the literal translation in between his two hands. Okay, it's a metaphorical meaning. Basair, eye openers. Basair. Bayan, clear statement. Raib is doubt. For doubt, there is another word. For example, in Arabic, we call it shak. Shakkiyat namaz, for example. So whenever there is a 50-50 chance, it's called doubt. So shak, or in Arabic, there is another word, taraddud. So these are three words, and in Holy Quran, all these words are used. Subul is a plural of sabil, means ways. Tilka is that for female. And if you remember, it is a demonstrative pronouns, isme ishara. Isme ishara for a thing which is singular, which is far, and it's for female. Why it is far? I told you, because of this lam. This lam is called lam bu'd, ba'id, it's far. Tilka. Yuqinun, they are certain. Yukhrijo, can you see ya is coming before the verb? So all these three verbs you can see. Yatazakkarun, yukhriju, and yuqinun, all these are fi'l mudari. The prefix ya is coming. They are certain, or they will be certain. For future you can say yukhriju, he takes out, he brings out, he removes. Yatazakkarun, they remember or they will remember. Ittaba'u is wrong. Just put fatha on ain. It is ittaba'a. It is not ittaba'u. It is ittaba'a. He followed. Awhayna is a past tense. Okay, it's sigha number 14. You can see na. Na is a pronoun used for sigha number 14. We revealed. Ja'a is a past tense, and it is sigha number 1. Ja'a, he came. Darabna, we hit. Again, it's past tense and sigha number 14. Na is a pronoun for sigha number 14. Okay, zarabna, if you see a footnote, in Arabic, zaraba means hit. Zaraba means hit. However, when it is paired with the word mathal, Zarabna mathal. It is translated as we gave. So you will not say that we gave or we had given an example. So you cannot say that we hate an example, because zaraba can be used in different meanings. And fortunately, even in Urdu, zaraba marna जो है या मार खाना, खाना जो है no, it's khana is a different thing. Zaraba is a different thing. I should not mix it. Khana is used in different ways. Just let me give an example that one particular verb can be used in different meanings. For example, khana. We call khana is to eat. If I say mar khana, a mar khana doesn't mean that you are eating the mar. No, this khana is different. In the same way, zaraba is to hate. But if it comes with masal, it will give the meaning of gave. Okay. Ya Allah. Sister Jamie, please.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Darabna.
Darabna is we hit.
We hate. There is no need to check from the book. You should remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ittaba'a.
Ittaba is he followed.
Ahsanti. Last one from you. Awhayna.
Awhayna is we revealed.
We reveal. Ahsanti. Jazakumullah khaira.
Thank you.
Sister Mukarrama Walji.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ja'a.
He came.
He came. Yatazakkarun.
You remember. You all remember.
It is not tatazakkarun. It is yatazakkarun. It is sigha number 3.
You all males remember or mention.
They remember. They remember.
Okay.
Yukhriju. Last one from you.
Come out, to bring out, to.
It's fail mudhari. It's sigha number 1. He
took out.
Fail mudhari.
He takes out.
He removes, he takes out, he brings out. Ahsanti, jazakumullah khaira. Sister Kaniz, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Yuqinun.
They are certain.
Certain. Tilka. Talka is wrong. It should be tilka.
That female.
That is for female. Subul.
Ways.
Ways. Raib. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه.
I don't know.
Raib is shak, okay?
Okay.
What is shak?
Shak is doubt.
Doubt. Raib and shak has the same meaning. Bayan, last one from you.
Clear statement.
Clear statement. Ahsanti. Okay. Brother Mujtaba.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yeah, Basair.
Eye opener.
Eye
opener.
Bushra.
Glad tidings.
Glad tidings. Musaddiq.
Verifier.
Verifier. Yada.
His 2 hands.
Yada, 2 hands. If it will be yadaho, yadaihe, then his 2 hands. Thank you. Sister Zainab.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. It is maw'iza, it is not mu'iza. Okay, maw'iza.
No, it's admonition.
Admonition. خوب. مثل.
مثلا. Example. Example.
Similitude. Example. متقين متقون.
God very.
God very. What is the linguistic meaning of taqwa?
Muttaqi.
To protect oneself from harm, safeguard oneself. Rizwan, last from you.
Rizwan. Extreme pleasure.
Extreme pleasure. Asante. Sister Khairun Nisa. Those who are raising hand, I'll come back to you, please. No issues. I'll come back to you. I know.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Subul masal. Ways ways example.
Ways, similitude or example. Ataina yada.
Ataina yada. Ataina. We gave his two hands.
His two hands. Just put cross on his.
His.
It is
Yeah,
two
his, yeah.
hands. If it is yadaihe or yadahu,
Yadaihe.
ha is not there actually.
Yadahu.
So you just put cross on his. It is only two hands.
Okay.
Raib zarabna.
Zarabna. We hit or doubt.
Doubt and we hit. Ja'a ridwan.
He came an extreme pleasure. A
is the extreme pleasure. Okay, the thing is this, wait for a while. We hit, we gave. B is correct as well. If you see Raib and Zarabna, doubt, we hit, we gave. Both are correct. A and B, both are correct here. So, last one, Tilka Bayan.
Tilka, that female and clear statement.
Ahsanti, Jazakumullah khaira. Sister Batul Maharsha.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Admonition verifier.
It's B.
It's B. Maw'idha, admonition, verifier is musaddiq. Hope. God very.
Very.
Dash is izafi here. Should remove the dash. God very plural or they are certain.
It's A.
A from Yaqeen, Yuqinun. They ponder, they remember. A. It's B. Yatafakkarun, they ponder, fikr. Yuqinun, you did, they are certain. Hope, we reveal, he followed.
It's A again.
It's B again. We revealed is awhayna. He followed is ittaba', dharabna is we hate. Okay, last one. Eye openers, glad
Can
tidings.
you hear me?
I can hear you. Eye openers, glad tidings.
I cannot hear anyone.
You can't hear me? What about others?
We can hear.
Yeah, we can hear.
We can hear.
Okay. So, Sister Arshi Fatima Nathani can come forward.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Okay, eye openers. Glad tidings.
Basair and Bushra. A.
Basair and Bushra. Hudan wa maw'idhatul lil muttaqeen.
Guidance and admonition for the godly. A.
Is the correct answer. هذا بصائر للناس.
I'm confused in this. I'm not sure. Is it B?
B. The problem with the B, you just make a correction. Hada should be okay. Hada basairu linnasi. Hada means this. Because of basair, because eye openers is a plural. Because of this, hada, we are doing the translation. These are eye openers for mankind. Got me, sister? So hada should be this. But because of the eye openers, basair is plural, so we are doing the translation these. Okay. قَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ نُورٌ.
Certainly light came to you all from Allah. A?
Both are correct.
Oh,
Certainly light came to you all from Allah. Certainly there came to you all from Allah light. Both are correct.
oh.
وَيَهْدِيهِمْ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ.
And he guides them to the straight path. A?
مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. His two hands. Now it will be there. Okay, مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. But you just remember, it's last question from you, that بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, as we said, that in between his two hands is not the correct translation. Although it's a literal translation, but the correct will be that which is before him or it. Okay. Ma bayna yaday.
So it's B.
It's be verified for that which is before him or her. Thank you, sister. Now, sister Ifat, please.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yeah. La rayba fihi.
No doubt in it.
There is no doubt in it. Okay. Wa maw'idhatul lil muttaqin.
Okay, Mau'izatul is admonition. For admonition for God-weary.
And admonition for the God-weary. Tilka ayatul Qur'ani.
That are signs of Quran.
That are signs of the Quran. Last one from you, Kitabin Mubin.
Clear book. Clear book.
A clear book. Ahsanti, jazakumullah khaira. Brother Muhammad Hussain. Brother Muhammad Hussain, please. Okay. Brother Sibtain Molidina.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Liqawmi yuqin.
For the people, for the certain people, for the certain group of people.
For the people who are certain. Liqawmi yuqinun. خب ضربنا للناس. In Arabic, ضربا is because it is a full verse. ضربنا للناس من كل مثل. So after ضربا, you can see مثل. So the meaning for ضربا will be we gave. Okay.
We gave for mankind.
So we gave for the mankind من كل مثل.
From every example.
From every kind of examples or similitude. Yahdi bihillahu.
He guides with it. Allah guides with it.
Yeah, Allah guides with it. Khub subul salami.
Peaceful ways. Or ways of peace.
Ways of peace or peaceful ways. Mina zulumat ila nur. Last one from you.
From darkness to light.
From the darkness towards the light. Ahsan, jazakumullah khaira. Sister Sakina Muhammad Ratansi, please.
Yeah.
أوحينا إليك.
أوحينا We revealed to you.
We reveal to you. هو الحق.
He is the truth.
He is the truth, or it is the truth, because he can, who can go back to it or he. So it goes
Yeah.
with Quran actually. أوحينا إليك, we reveal it to you, and it is truth. لما بين يديه.
Certainly.
Now lima is not certainly, it should be lama then.
Oh, lima is therefore
Or
for. Therefore or for.
no, the meaning is for. Le is for.
Okay. For. Baina is.
Nana, you do the translation of ma. Lema for.
Ma is for that which
بين
is
يديه.
between the two hands, between his two hands, between
I
his
told
two hands.
you that بين يديه, don't do the literal translation. It's a metaphorical phrase.
Oh. Can you give me a clue? That which is before
Lema.
him. Okay.
Lema is from is wrong. Let me change it. For
Yeah.
that which is before him.
Okay.
إن الله بعباده.
Certainly Allah is with the obedient ones.
What is ibad?
بعباده with his obedient
I think
ones.
obedience. Ibad is plural of abd. Abd is servant.
So ibad is
Servants?
servants. So
What
he's
is
with
he?
with his servants.
Ba here is in relation to. It's certainly in relation to his servants. We did 3 different meanings of ba. So the meaning which suits is ba is in relation to his servants.
But B stands for with and in relation to, right?
With is okay as well. There is no problem. If you say with, it's okay. I'll accept. لخبير بصير.
Basir is the all-seeing. Khabir is the
All aware.
all
Aware.
obeying. Okay,
All
so
aware.
all aware. Okay, sorry, I can't hear you very clearly. Certainly all knowing and all seeing.
All seeing. All knowing. Again, I've done is all aware, and here for that which. So we did a lot of mistakes in this presentation. Hope. So thank you, sister.
Okay.
Brother Abbas Ali Shabir Ismail. Hope.
السلام عليكم شيخ.
السلام ورحمة الله. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
That is the book. There is no doubt in it. A guidance for the God-weary.
تلك آيات القرآن وكتاب مبين.
That are signs of the Quran and the clear book.
ولقد ضربنا للناس في هذا القرآن من كل مثل.
And certainly we gave mankind in this Quran from all examples.
All examples. يهدي به الله من اتبع رضوانه سبل السلام.
Allah guides with it whoever follows his extreme pleasure to the ways of peace.
His extreme pleasure to the ways of peace. Last one from you. والذي أوحينا إليك من الكتاب. And that which أوحينا, we revealed إليك to you من الكتاب from the book. أحسن جزاكم الله خيرا. Sister Sajida, please. Sister Sajida, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear
Yes, we
you.
can.
you.
Sorry, it was a disconnected. Wait for a while. It has gone. The slide. Yeah, the slide is here. Hope. Okay. Sister Sajida, can you please come forward? Sister Sajida. Okay. Sister.
Alaikum, sir.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah. Alif Lam Mim ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
ذلك الكتاب ذلك is
That
the book, that book, La Raiba is no doubt in it.
هدى للمتقين.
Hudan, I can't remember.
Guidance,
للمتقين,
guidance.
guidance for the God-very.
أحسنتي جزاكم الله خيرا. Sister Nargis Kilada. هذا بيان للناس وهدى وموعظة للمتقين.
Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
This is a clear statement for the mankind and guidance and admonition for the God-weary.
أحسنتي. قد جاءكم من الله نور وكتاب مبين.
Certainly, it came to you all from Allah, light and a clear book.
أحسنتي. خب يهدي به الله من اتبع رضوانه سبل السلام.
Allah guides with it from whoever followed his extreme pleasure, ways of peace.
See, if you see, there are two objects. Ridwan is an object of ittaba. Followed which thing? Followed the pleasure of Allah. Subul as-salam. Subul as-salam is the object of Yahdi. He guides to Subul as-salam. He guides to the ways of peace. Ahsanti jazakumullah khaira. Sister Azra Sharif.
Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. ويخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور بإذنه ويهديهم إلى صراط مستقيم.
And يخرجهم, and they take out. They
Not
remove,
A. يخرجوا is sigha number one.
and he removes them. And he removes them from the darkness to the light. بإذنه, with his permission.
His permission.
ويهديهم, and he guides them to the straight path.
To a straight path. خب طاسين تلك آيات القرآن وكتاب مبين هدى وبشرى للمؤمنين.
طاسين, that تلك آيات, that is the signs of the Quran وكتاب مبين, and a clear book. Guidance and glad tidings for the believers.
Okay, that are the signs of the Quran and a clear book. Now, what Allah has said, these are the signs of Quran Wa kitabim mubin. So kitabim mubin is something else from Quran if you just focus on this ayah. These are the signs of the Quran and a clear book. So these are two different things. So do some research work. You can see chapter number 27, verse number 1 and 2, and come back to me, inshallah, tomorrow and tell me that what does it mean. Last one from you. وَالَّذِي أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ هُوَ الْحَقُّ.
And he, والذي أوحينا, والذي, and he who أوحينا, we revealed to you from the book, هو الحق. I don't know how to connect it. Like هو الحق, he is the truth.
Actually, that وَالَّذِي, you should do the translation, and that which.
Okay.
And that which أوحينا إليك, we reveal it to you من الكتاب. Yeah.
Okay, from the book.
From the book. هو الحق.
With the truth.
هو, it is truth. Okay. Give me 1 minute.
The haq goes back to kitab.
Yeah. هو goes back to kitab. If you see والذي is ism mawsool, relative pronoun. Sometimes after relative pronoun, because relative pronoun is always ambiguous. What does it mean? That which, what is it? Sometimes alladhi, allati, or mane mawsula. So these are all relative pronouns. After relative pronoun, you will see min. This min is called min bayaniya, min explanatory. It explains that what does this alladhi mean. Alladhi mean al-kitab. And if you place al-kitab on the place of alladhi, the mana will be the same. Wal-kitab awhayna ilayka. The book, we sent it to you. Wal-haqqu, it is truth. You got me, Sister Azhar Sharif?
Yes,
so,
yes, thank you.
It's called mina explanatory. It normally comes after alladhi, allati, alladhina, mane mawsula. So it explains that what is the meaning of alladhi, allati, or man. So the meaning of alladhi is kitab. Sister Fatima Lakha.
Assalamu alaikum.
السلام. مصدقا لما بين يديه إن الله بعباده لخبير بصير.
A verifier for that which is before him. Certainly Allah in relation to his servants is all aware, all seeing.
Okay, all knowing is wrong, all aware. Okay. وَلَقَدْ ضَرَبْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ.
And certainly we placed every example for mankind in the Quran. Maybe they will remember. I'm not too sure if this is right though.
And certainly we have given, we gave for mankind في هذا القرآن, in this Quran, من كل مثل, from every kind of example, لعلهم يتذكرون, so they may remember. Sister Muhaddisa Dinani, it's the last one.
Assalamualaikum.
عليكم السلام. هذا بصائر للناس وهدى ورحمة لقوم يوقنون.
Okay, hada is this. Basairu. This is an eye opener for mankind. Wahudan and Wahudan warahma, and a mercy.
No.
Done.
Hidayah, this is from Hidayah. Guidance.
Guidance and mercy for the believers, becoming yuqinun, for the people who believe.
Yuqinun is believe or certain, who are certain in faith. For people who are certain. Hope is from Yaqeen. Ahsanti, jazakumullah khaira.